Hello. Okay. So you want to learn the handstand press, which is something I wanted to learn a long time ago. I kind of stopped trying, to be honest. Just because I was like, there's this point where I've done it a couple times, but there's this point where you're like, the strength that is required of me, I just cannot seem to find it. But if you work on your core strength, your shoulder strength, and then like dynamic strength together, hip flexors, it's gonna be like a lot of lower and just like whole core strength as well. And the shoulder alignment needs to be really good for handstands just in general. So I'll kind of go through all of that. I want to warm up a little bit, but not too crazy. Okay, let's just start in a tabletop. So I have blocks too. I have 2 of these. If you have anything like this, something to elevate you, your feet, try to find something like that to use today, because that's what's gonna help. If you have those yoga wheels, I have one at the studio, I don't have one here, those will be good too, but I'll kind of show us a few different things today that I've used to just check in and get stronger. Okay, tabletop. We'll stretch back, child's pose. Hi, Pookie. Let's just start to breathe, because I really truly believe this is so important to just ground ourselves, ground our energy, harness and consolidate our energy. So just nice breath. Breathing in for about 4 to 5 seconds, exhaling for a bit longer. One more round. Okay. Maybe a little side stretch over to the right. Just get underneath that armpit. And sorry, Pooks, to the left. Oh, Pooks, bro. Reach, stretch, get underneath that right armpit, stretch and breathe. Okay, and let's warm up the shoulders a little bit, so just come seated. And I'll take goalpost arms, and I'll kind of round and bring the elbows together, chin down, spread the scapula apart, and then open up, and then let's squeeze the scaps together, elbows draw down and back, and then a couple times just find some mobility in the upper back. The scapulas are going to be able to move and spread apart, and then open up and squeeze. Okay, and why not while we're here, a little cat-cow. Exhale, inhale. This is just one of my most favoriteest warm-ups anyways, to sit on the heels like this, and then you can even go with a little bit of pump in the breath, and that's a good way to elevate. Wrists are important too, so stretch your wrists. I just go fingers in, back side. We're gonna be on our hands a lot today, okay? And then tabletop position, stack it, press away, round, upper back, spread the scapulas apart like we did before, and then let's squeeze them together. And then just find that mobility in the shoulders to warm up that area for a second. Okay. We'll stretch into down dog. I don't want to do too much warm-up stuff because I know you know what you need. Just a nice stretch into down dog. And I'm just warming up like I probably would on my own. Well, shoulder engagement here is crucial to our handstand shoulder engagement as well. So we're thinking about our hands spreading, turning a jar lid with the right hand to the right, turning a jar lid with our left hand to the left, and then just let the shoulders draw down from your ears. So you really feel this outer edge of your armpit and outer arm fire up, and then along the ribs here even. So try to imagine wrapping this area down and towards the floor. So if you can look this area here, wrapping it down, engaging it almost towards the floor. And that kind of pulls everything down, makes a nice strong back. So your arms feel straight and strong and super engaged. And then the more flexible we become in the low back, see how my butt's kind of sticking up in that curve, try to like use a little bit of the deep core engagement in the low belly to kind of suck the belly up and in, still elongating but not overarching the low back. So that's going to come in handy as well when we do the handstands. So just warming up here. I love down dog for all things. And let's work on just going a little bit wider with the hands, turning the palms or the fingers out just a tid. And then let's try to take maybe 5. Get your distance right so this feels okay. Sometimes it can feel a little crazy in the elbows. Don't push it. Just warm up. Okay. Into a plank. Walk your hands forward. Stack yourself. And kind of warm up forward and back. And again, I'm not letting the chest sink. You're pressing the floor away so you feel that scapulas pull apart like we did in our warm up. Pulling the throat back. Letting the kind of line of the spine come nice and long. And then just holding here for a moment. Let's take one knee in and tap between the hands. Get it up there. Breathe. And back. Switch. Bring the toes forward of the hands. Keep pressing strong arms. Tap. Notice what's working in the belly, this lower core area. Okay, knees down. Kind of come into this nice push-up position. And then let's do some like chest kind of and triceps. So we'll do let's do 5 push-ups. Pressing floor away, elbows by. You feel tricep, chest muscles. Puka, you look so cute sleeping. I think that's 5. Take a little break. Big breath. You are here. All is well. I hope you're practicing with me. Outside, somewhere beautiful. You're in the peace. Moving through the motions. Okay. Before we get into too much stuff, I want to warm up the core a little bit. So your shoulders should probably feel a little bit warm. Let's keep them there. Let's do a little bit of core. So this is one of my favorites. It's really simple, but I'll turn to the side a little. You're going to cross right leg over left. We've probably done this in class too. And then work on just drawing yourself into this tight little ball. Okay, press down on the bottom ankle with your top ankle. And then start to pulse your knees in towards your armpits. And just feel kind of where in your belly this is coming from, because this is kind of what we need to have, this core control, in order to press up. And this stuff might be easy for you, but, and then I'll always switch, other foot on top, knees really close to you, and then hold and squeeze. Just go until you feel really warm. I'm gonna do another round. And we'll kind of incorporate this. If you have a block or something to jump over, let's do it. Okay, here. Put it closer to your feet to start. You're gonna go into down dog. And these are just for practicing your jump throughs too, but I'm just gonna do these, just a few. Let's just jump to the hands. forward towards the hands. Look at the hands. Get used to that little moment of lift. You're gonna feel your low belly fire up. And then pop back. It's that nice little breathe in. Set it down. Keep the knees close to you. Okay. Move the block. Take a chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Squeeze the butt. Open your heart. Roll the shoulders open. Okay. All right. Down dog. From here, I know that hands are ready, so let's kind of feeling good. Make sure you spread fingers wide and everything's engaged. Forearms are really strong. Keep pulling the muscle to the bone. Your arms need to be strong. A little bit closer, we're gonna try little donkey kicks. 1. Remember to breathe. Eventually, being able to kind of pause and hold, you're gonna feel your hip flexors fire up probably when you get to that hold. Remember to breathe, inhale. Exhale to jump. Keep the knees close to you and keep the low back. Don't let it banana out. Keep everything, see how my back started banana out. Knees in. Go. Okay. Give yourself a little break. With the wrists too, you can invert. You can open up. Thumb down on this bottom hand, thumb down on the back hand. Reach for your palms. This left elbow's in front of the knee. Sometimes you get a nice little shoulder pop there. Reach right behind the shoulder. There it is. Okay. If you have these blocks or something else, before we get going, let's do here. Block on each side of you. Lift and lower. Start with one leg. I know you're strong, so you've got this. So that press of the shoulders, once you get up there, you're really gonna have to press everything down. Get used to that. And then even if your butt starts to float back, keep drawing the low belly and everything tight in. You could try a little curl up in a little ball. Hip dips. Okay, play in that strength. That's gonna be really important. Do those drills for as long as you want. And just feel strong. These are really good ones. And then you can always try, this is how we get to that same thing we did. Remember the press in, now we're hovered though. Shoulders down, pull everything up into a tight little ball. So let's try that. We'll come here, and we'll try to do our jump back. So we're gonna cross the ankles. This is kind of forward of my hips, the blocks a little bit. Get them to where they feel good. Inhale. Press into the blocks, crossing the ankles. Ooh, I never practice this. And up. And come down. Okay, so let's try again. I'll try to hop forward. Ooh, so that's another thing we can do is our hop through. Hop, knees in. Woo! Knees in, try to hold and hover. Try to go right back. That tilt forward. It's kind of gonna be the similar strength in your press up, but those are just good drills anyways. We're kind of building up to doing the handstand press, which you're gonna need the blocks for this one for sure. So if you don't have something, get something, piece of wood, whatever you have. I guess I'll go right here. Or can you see this one maybe? There's gonna be a little pole here I'm gonna use. Good job, Pete. So I'm gonna use this little pole behind me for handstand. Because I know you can probably do handstands, but that's of course step one. So you can never get worse or get better or not get any better. Like this always is gonna be strong and challenging. So come up against your wall. Get close enough to where you come up. It's gonna feel like you're pretty close actually. Your hips are stacked over your, see I'm a little banana back. So forward here. And just try to play with this stack. I'm gonna bring one foot in, one foot in. Okay. Maybe you can practice just a tap down, up, tap down, up. Now, don't let the back banana. That's gonna be like the only thing. And really, those hops that we did earlier, the donkey kicks are like the best for checking your banana back. I don't know if you have one, but we probably all do a little bit. So when we're checking, like my back is still banana and I can feel it. So my shoulders are down and engaged. See how I roll? This outside edge, down. Looking forward, inhale, arms are strong. Knees pull in, pressing floor away. Bring the knees closer, closer, and then carefully set down. And those will help. Those holds, and try to take the curve out of your low back so you're really engaging your lower abdominals more, because that's what's like really important for the press ups. And it's so hard. I know you can do it. If you practice, you can do it. I just stopped practicing. But I've done it a couple times and I was like, holy shit! It's a really good feeling. But what I'll do is I'll practice with my blocks. So here's kind of our grand finale. Wide enough so that they're under my feet. And you can use anything that's higher. It doesn't have to be two separate things. It can be like a step or stairs, something like that, just to elevate your feet higher. Okay? Hands out front. You're gonna have to play with your distance with your blocks, it's fine. And now, my hands are coming right to where I'm gonna lean forward. My shoulders are now over the wrists. So they're not really far. Remember how important it is to stack everything. Wrists, shoulders, then hips. Don't let any, like that's the order. It's never like hips and then like it's wrists, your arms are fully engaged, shoulders, and then hips. So, and that's how I practice. Wide blocks, hands. Okay, you're gonna start with like this type of press. See, I have a pretty good line going even if my hips and everything are back, because when I come forward, I'm gonna be able to get it stacked. And just practice that, rocking up onto the toes. Okay, one leg is gonna come off. You need to have flexibility here, which I know you do. You're gonna kind of transfer weight, so my right leg lifts, transfer the weight into my left arm. My left arm doesn't bend. Kick off with the left toes and try to stack everything. I'm gonna breathe, I'm lifting it back and up, that right leg. And I'm kicking off a few times with that left foot. Okay, playing there. Do your other side too, because I tend to only do one side, and then it's way harder on the other side, but it's fine. Just try to do it with your other side now. So if your right foot down, inhale, so shoulders engage, arms engage, shoulders are down away from the ears, bending into that right leg a little, lifting left, and it's way harder for me on this side. And just trying to come like gently back down. Get used to that weight. Okay? A little break for the wrists, so you can practice that for as long as you want. And then your forearm stands would actually be really good too. So to come into dolphin, grab your forearms, arms forward, stretch. So you just grab for the forearms because that's your distance, right? Arms forward, hands, palms down. Tiptoe forward. Get this stack going on. Switch your legs. Do a little pump and kick with the other side. Keep pressing the floor away. And kind of draw the elbows even inwards towards each other. So it's this energetic towards each other. That helps with the shoulders and everything like that. Okay. So the last thing that you can do, really the blocks are going to be really fun. I want you to play around with the blocks and move them. Try both ways. Try the wider distance, shorter distance. And you can always bring them really close too, which I don't find as easy. So that hip stack is really kind of what helped me with the press, and that's probably where you're gonna have to start, lifting one leg up at a time. Okay? You can always come, I guess, blocks here, palms forward, press, try to tap. Your arms and everything need to be really engaged, tippy toe, tap. And that's gonna work the core too. These are just drills, so I want you to move at your own pace and use them how you feel. Blocks are what came in handy for me. Eventually you can kind of bend. I'll get like in this crazy squat. Fire up. Elbows draw together. Hands, everything's fired up. Pressing away. Even just trying that little lift off. What I do, since I don't practice this anymore, after when I take off into my handstand, it's just like it's the same thing without the blocks. And I'll try to go from that angle. Straddling is a good way to end up. You need to keep refining your arm strength and use your fingers, and then try to control the way down the best you can. More core exercises you can do. Super simple, easy. Okay. Your block you can use also. And kind of like play in that shape. Because when you're in handstand, you're not like, You can be really pretty, like the one up against the door that you wanted to do, but for your one, press your low back into the floor. You're like a boat. Everything's fired up on the front half of your body. Pull the belly in towards the spine. Breathe into your strength. Spooky. Nice angles. Pretend like you're in the handstand position. Okay, nice fire up of the core there. Oops. Any of those core movements we've done too, the side to side, keep doing all of those. And our last one, what other one did I have for you? You can always play up against the wall if you have that yoga wheel, which I don't think we really have one. Mine's at the studio. But try those for now. Do them at your own pace and kind of just see what makes you feel the strongest. And then keep working those little hops too. I don't know how your handstands are. Hops. Hops. Remember, don't bend your arms. Don't bend your arms. Try to work control. Up and down. Plant.